When a taxpayer owes a large sum of money to the IRS, there are options that are available. One of these are installment agreement programs to pay over time. There are basically 4 types of installment agreement programs now. One is the guaranteed installment agreement, when you owe less than $10,000 and you can pay it off within 3 years. 2 are the streamlined installment agreements that come in 2 types. If you owe less than $25,000 and you can pay it within 6 years, no financial information is required and the IRS won't file any tax liens. If you owe between $25,000 and less than $50,000 and you can pay it in 6 years, some minimal financial information may be required. The third one is a new one called the Expanded Installment Agreement. If you owe between $50,000 and $100,000 and you can pay it in 7 years. Now this is a test program that is currently set to expire September 30th, 2018. It may or may not be continued as an available option. Now the fourth one is the Full Disclosure Installment Agreement. This is where the IRS will review your financial profile in detail and will determine what you can pay. We like to avoid this one if at all possible. Now, the installment agreement that I'm going to talk about in this video is the Expanded Installment Agreement. Hi, I'm Gary and welcome to TaxBulldog for the best thoughts and ideas for trimming your tax debt. These videos are to help you to help yourself to avoid costly professional fees. If your situation has a level of complexity, then you may want to consult a tax professional. See my video on selecting a tax professional to represent you at this link. Now these videos will at least give you an introduction of what to expect and to know when someone is just misleading you. Now before I start, I have to make a few disclosures, and these are important. For purposes of brevity, I'll list these in the description below. Be sure to read them as they do contain some important information that you will need to know. In these videos, I will make references to links and resources on the web. Often I'll display them on the screen and I'll put them in the description below. If the link is lengthy, I will just list it in the description below. So, to get down to this subject. Now in this video, as I said, I'm going to talk about the IRS Expanded Installment Agreement. You can find videos on the other types of installment agreements on my YouTube channel, and I will list the links in the description below. Now this Expanded Installment Agreement plan is a temporary test program, as I mentioned. It's slated to end on September 30th, 2018. If successful, it may become a permanent option. Those who have signed up for this agreement and stay compliant with it will likely continue on this program even if it does expire. I believe this new Expanded Installment Agreement to be a great option for those who owe between $50,000 and $100,000, so long as the taxpayer can meet the required payments. A taxpayer can qualify for an Expanded Installment Agreement. The term for the repayments is 84 months or 7 years. For example, if $80,000 is owed, the monthly payment would be $952, and no financial disclosure is required. The IRS will not file a tax lien if the taxpayer agrees to make payments by direct debit or payroll deduction. If a tax lien is already filed, that won't be released, but further tax liens will not be filed as long as the terms of the agreement are met. Additionally, installment agreement user fees will be greatly reduced by using the direct debit or payroll deduction. Installment agreement user fees can be as high as $225. Now, no financial disclosure and no tax liens is a huge concession by the IRS. They're trying to be aware of the damage that can do to a taxpayer's financial affairs. Now, the IRS collection statute expiration dates, known as the CSEDs, will have to be considered. The IRS collection statutes are 10 years from the date of assessment. Now, some events can extend the statutes if collections is suspended for any reason, such as a bankruptcy or an offer in compromise submission. Now, the tax debt to be paid under this plan must be paid off before any of the CSEDs expire. Now, just as a note, the IRS applies payments in this order, also called the PITO rule. Payments are first applied to the penalty, then to the interest, and then to the tax, then to other fees and expenses accrued. This is much like how payments are applied on a mortgage. The interest earning portion is the last portion to be paid. Now, to apply for this agreement, the taxpayer or his or her professional just needs to contact the IRS collections at 800-829-7650. Tell the agent you wish to set up an expanded installment agreement. With just a few questions, it should be easily set up. To set up payments by direct debit or payroll deduction, you will be asked to complete and sign a Form 433-D or other forms for payroll deduction. So in summary, you can request an expanded installment agreement when you owe between $50,000 and $100,000. You can pay it monthly over 84 months or 7 years. No financial disclosure is required. Tax liens will not be filed if payments are made by direct debit or payroll deduction. And that also greatly reduces installment agreement user fees that can be as much as $225. Now here are some resources, and I'll put these in the description below. TaxBulldog.com. This is my website with many articles, documents, forms, and other information in regards to dealing with tax collection and audit issues. I try to demystify things. Links to other videos here on YouTube that explain the other types of installment agreements as I mentioned here. I will put the links to those in the description below. Now, /IRS Back Taxes book, this is a book that I wrote with my co-author about the Offer and Compromise program, and it's available online at this link. Tax Bulldog here on YouTube for helpful tax videos, and I'll put the link in the description below. The IRS on YouTube. This is a treasure trove of helpful videos for taxpayers. This is very good information, but do be aware that these are brief and they do not give you all the insights and nuances on the topics. So in closing, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it and you got some useful information and ideas from it, please give me a like and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. This is all I do, and I do it well. Please subscribe to see my future videos as I produce them. And be sure to hit that bell icon so you won't miss out on any new information. Please leave your comments below. I can answer general questions here, but for specifics, please contact me at TaxBulldog.com. Thank you.